Hello everyone, and this time it will be different because this time we are dealing with politics. Oh yeah. We are going into the whole situation with SJWs, etc. This is a clip from Liberal Hive Mind. I kind of watch Liberal Hive Mind. It's entertaining, that's why I watch it. The guy over here is not always right, definitely. But let's go into it.
Actually, it's funny because Andy Murray, he was been joking about myself and him playing a match, and I'm like, Andy, seriously, like, are you kidding me? Because for me, tennis and men's tennis and women's tennis are completely almost two separate sports. So I'm like, if I were to play Andy Murray, I would lose 6-0, 6-0 in 5 to 6 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, because no, it's true. It's true.
Honestly, really.
It's a completely different sport. The men are a lot faster, and they serve harder, they hit harder. It's just a different game, and I love to play women's tennis, and I only want to play girls because I don't want to be embarrassed. I would not do the tour. I wouldn't do Billie Jean any justice. So Andy, stop it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna let you kill me.
I'm with you when it comes to tennis.
And in this case specifically, Serena and Venus Williams are total anomalies. I mean, they take the concept of female prodigy and female freak athletes to a whole other level. Their athleticism and strength.
Female athletes or women athletes? There's
Something
a difference.
that I don't think has ever been seen in female sports, and they still probably wouldn't even come close to competing at the upper echelons of the male leagues. And even they know that. In fact, grade schoolers would probably be able to
By the way, if you guys think I will be defending SJWs, because I said right now I said that there is a difference between a female and a woman. Yeah, there is a difference, of course. That's why it's a different word, right? It is a different word that has a different definition. Of course, there is a difference in wording, at least.
understand that. But a highly educated, professional, useless activist, gender studies major, Mrs. Kelly Robinson, is here, shows up in front of the Senate, and tries to argue that biological reality doesn't exist.
Oh, she's trying to argue that biological reality doesn't exist. That's interesting. Let's hear
Riley Gaines
that.
instantly stepping in, completely shutting down the argument in a single sentence without the gender study accolades and decades-long
Shutting down the argument. Oh, that's also
experience
interesting.
studying these issues and working in these fields. Both Serena and Venus lost to the 203rd ranked male tennis player. And to be honest, I don't even know if they'd be able to compete even lower than that. I mean, let's just take professional golf as an example. It's probably the best visual representation. You know, there's a reason why professional golfers are playing par 5s where the distance is always over 500 yards and sometimes up to 600 yards, playing back at the black tees. But the professional women, I think they do custom tees. Not exactly sure, but generally the course length equates to playing at the blue tees. In other words, in layman terms in English, female pros are playing a total course length of around 6,200 to 6,600 yards when the men are averaging around 7,200 yards for the total length, roughly 1,000 yards longer in the course. Why? Because they're simply stronger and they drive the ball further. You don't need to be a gender studies Einstein to understand why that is. But apparently you could spend all kinds of money becoming a highly educated leftist activist, spending all this time attaining a degree in copium and complete sheer ignorance. It is totally insane. Here's Kelly Robinson running circles trying to avoid answering the basic question if there is a difference between women and men.
Ms. Robinson, do you agree with Ms. Gaines that there's a difference between women and men?
If the question is about trans women,
I'm just asking, is there a difference between women and men?
I mean, what I can say here is that the NCAA has rules in place. They've had rules in place for the last decade, and when this competition
Okay, I'm
happened,
going to try
the
again.
rules-
Is there a difference between a woman and a man? Yeah. Man is adult human male, and woman is an adult human female. So yeah, there is a difference between that word and that
Do you
word.
believe there's a difference between women and men? It's a yes/no question. Do
That's my answer to Senator. I'm putting myself right in front of Senator and asking his questions, answering
You
his
believe there's a
questions.
difference?
Oh, I think that we're talking about this case with the NCAA.
No, I'm asking a question. Do you believe there's a difference between women and men? Most people could answer this very simply. I'm curious if you're willing to do so.
Oh, absolutely. I'm just putting it into the context of the
Is that a yes?
conversation that we're having. I think that there are definitions related to sex.
Is
but
that
I
a
also-
yes?
Listen to what she says. I believe that there are definitions related to sex, right? So basically what she's trying to say is there are differences between a male and a female, but she can't specify a difference between a woman and a man. Right? Are you getting the same vibe as I do? Because Ted is, as the liberal hive mind said, is cutting her off and she can't say anything. Ask a yes or no. I'm asking yes or no. By the way, I love Ted Cruz. I mean, he's very entertaining, definitely.
Yeah, so I'm trying to get a yes or no. I'm not trying to get a speech. Is there a difference between women and men?
I think that there are definitions for biological sex.
Okay, so you're
which
not
is
answering
different
that.
than
Let me.
She's trying to get into the definitions of a male and a female, and she's trying to define differences between a male and a female. She doesn't between a man and a woman.
Ask me
Okay.
this question then. Why do women's sports exist?
Why do women's sports exist? Okay, Mr. Ted Cruz. Now that's at last an open question that is not a yes or no. So let me answer your own question. I have no freaking idea. Why? I'm not an SJW. You might think, oh, this guy over here says he can't define what a woman is. Oh no, there is a definition of a woman. It's an adult human female. It's an adult human female. You agree on that, don't you? Everyone on the right. All right, then great. We have a common ground. Now we can study that common ground. Okay, Mr. Ted Cruz. My answer is, why women's sports exist? My answer is, it should not exist. What should exist is female sports. Okay, then I bet Mr. Ted Cruz would ask, what's the difference? And a woman is an adult human female. It's still the same biological construct. What's the difference? And you need to be an adult in order to participate, right? You need to be above a certain age in order to participate. So, what's the difference? Well, Mr. Ted Cruz, the difference is, I have no freaking idea what a woman is. And that's where the right is like, oh, another SJW. No. And let me prove it to you. I will tell you that math, something that you guys love, math doesn't agree with you. Okay, let's take the word woman. It is a adult human female. Adult, variable A, human, variable B, female, variable C. Variable A plus variable B plus variable C equals woman. Result of the equation. All right? I bet we all agree on that. Perfect. Let's take out human variable from that equation because, of course, we're talking about humans. There's no point in having that variable to make a point. So it's a female plus adult equals woman. A female is a biological construct. The whole planet, the whole human race agrees what a female is. That's defined. No one says that female is something else. Female is a construct, biological construct. Whole human race knows what a female is. Adult? Now that's where we are having issues. Because the whole race doesn't suddenly know what an adult is. Wait, how we don't know? Of course we know. Well, no, we don't. There are countries when you are an adult when you're 16 years old. There are countries when you are adult when you're 18 years old. There are countries where you are an adult when you have 25 years old. There is no consensus because what is a adult is not an easy thing to specify. According to Joe Rogan, I love Joe Rogan. He's great, and I bet the right loves him. And hell yeah, he is great, of course. I bet. Oh, never mind. So, according to Joe Rogan, there are no adults. I have a brother. He's freaking 60 years old. He's not responsible. He's childish, and he has 3 children. Would I say he's an adult? Hell no. Just because he has an ID? Ah, that's the thing. You know, this is how society works. One day, society woke up and one of the guys in society said, hey, I have an idea. Let's start going around the place and telling what we like and what we don't like, and let's start also going around the place and telling what is wrong and what is right. And that's what society started doing, and that's how law was created. Hey, we don't like being killed. We like being a feeling of safety. So we all agree that we can't kill unless it's war, unless it's that, and this society started defining everything, telling what is wrong, what is right, etc. That is what a construct of society is, basically. Well, you can argue that a female is also a construct of society because society says that a female is that. No, a female is an observation of reality. The word female is an observation of reality. That is based on facts, on biology, etc. That's different. Now the word adult, oh, that's where we are having issues. Well, we have some biological truths. The human brain is fully grown at 25 years old. Hey, so why there are countries that say that you're an adult when you're 14 years old? Well, because we freaking have no clue what an adult is. According to them, adult is this. According to them, adult is this. According to them, adult is this. This country says this. This country says this. This country says this. The word adult in that equation is a construct of society. And how it works. If you have 2 variables and the result, if variable A is a biological construct, variable B is a biological construct, then the result of the equation is a biological construct. If variable A is biological construct, biological construct, if variable B is a construct of society, then the result of the equation is also a construct of society. That's how this works. Adding a construct of society to the equation taints the whole equation. I can't tell what a woman is because I have no freaking idea what an adult is. According to the definition, a woman is an adult human female. I bet this is when the right starts thinking, well, kind of a true, isn't it? Now, why I'm changing to politics and making this this clip. Look, My point of my channel is not to tell who is right or wrong. I possibly lied to you plenty of times. I don't know. Maybe I did. Maybe I don't. I don't care if I lied, because that's not the point. The point of everything that I do is just to open your minds. And I'll gladly lie to you in order to open your mind. In order for you to say, hey, you're wrong because this and this. When you will say you're wrong because this and this, sure, great. Then we started having a conversation, and I can reply to you, okay, but you see, there's this fact over here. So how does that work, right? We are having a conversation. Ted Cruz over here doesn't have an open mind. Definitely. This is not a conversation. That's how polarization in the country works. One side serving one agenda, debunking the other side, fact-checking the other side, forcing his agenda on the other side. And that's on both sides over here. That lady and him. They both are acting, hey, childish. Can you say they are adults? Well, I have no freaking idea. Because of this attitude, that's my point. That's why I am doing all of this. I am pointing out that people forgot what it is to have a conversation. I'll lie, I'll cheat, I'll do whatever in order for you to realize what a conversation is. How to have a conversation. Because all of this polarization brings us nothing. No conclusions. It's just confrontation between one side and another, and neither of the sides will win, and people will start dying. Because both of the sides are not willing to have a conversation. Now, what is a conversation? Well, I would say Jordan Peterson gave a good argument, approach to another person as if that person has something smart to say. I also mentioned in my other clips, you have to come out from a place of friendship. No, I mean, it's hard to specify what that means. So let me give you an example. After explaining the whole equation to Ted Cruz, my answer would be this. Mr. Ted Cruz, because adult is a very hard thing to specify, I can't answer why women's sports exists. I can definitely tell you that female sports should exist because of a very good reason, because of differences between a man and a woman. A female and a male. And males have physical advantages that females don't. If you would ask me a question, should female sports exist, I would tell you hell yeah. But because I don't know how to define an adult, that also means I can't define a woman. And thus, I can't answer a question. And quite frankly, Ted Cruz, are you so sure about what an adult is? I bet you have children, and I bet they have an ID. I bet you say to them, you will be always children in my eyes. You will be always my children to me. Well, by saying that, you actually are defying the reality that you are saying right now, right? If a woman is an adult human female, Well, according to you, no. A woman is not an adult human female because your children are always your children, not adults. Okay, we can get. I don't want to get deep in the discussion. Of course, you can. We can go deeply into conversation. What is a child, etc. Let's not. Okay, that's not the point. The point is open your mind, Mr. Ted Cruz. Are you really so sure that you can define what an adult is? Because the whole human species can't define what an adult is. One side says it's this age, another side says it's this age, another side says it's this age. John Rogan says it doesn't exist. And you are so sure that you can define what an adult is? Mr. Ted Cruz, that tells me one thing. You are not trying to learn from this conversation. You don't have appropriate attitude to have a conversation. If someone would come to me and told me there are differences between a man and a woman, then I would tell, but is it so simple to define an adult? I mean, the person would answer, yeah, it's when you get an ID, that's when you get an adult. But is it really? I mean, you get an ID and that's like affects your body and you're suddenly grown up? I mean, is that how it works? Please explain to me. I want to learn from you. I want to know the truth. Please tell me what the truth is. Because I'm stupid. I'm a moron. I don't know. I'm here to learn from you. That doesn't mean I'm brainless. That still means I'm asking the right questions. I'm still asking, yeah, but you know the difference, the muscles, male have more muscles and the bone density. I mean, how would you explain that? Please tell me. But I'm approaching this conversation completely different. I'm trying to learn from that person, and that person feels it. And if that person feels it, that person feels safe, and that person is willing to reciprocate what I am doing, to have a conversation with me. And together we can find a conclusion. Together we can find a middle ground. Together we are at peace. Together suddenly there is no polarization between both of us. That's the whole point. That's why I make these videos. That's why I make these clips. That's why I'm recording. People lost the ability to talk with each other. Doesn't matter if I'm right or wrong. Doesn't matter. I am possibly wrong on plenty of things. It doesn't matter. The point of all of this, relearn how to have a conversation. And I will gladly lie to you for you to relearn how to have a conversation. It's the facts and the evidence I'm presenting is not my point. Fine. I'm lying to you. Fine. As long as the goal of you having an open mind and learning how this polarization in society works and how to fight that polarization, you will learn how to fight that polarization, then my goal will be fulfilled. And I don't care. I'm the stupid person here. I'm the moron here. But at least now you know how to talk to other people. And we can start building a better future. Mr. Ted Cruz over here. Unfortunately, I love the guy. And he is not doing a good job having a conversation with that woman. He is here to push an agenda. Sorry. Sorry, Ted, I love you, but you're wrong here. You're not. You don't have appropriate attitude for this. That woman, well, she tries all the time. Let's re-listen. Let's re-listen.
Ms. Robinson, do you agree with Ms. Gaines that there's a difference between women and men?
Between women and men, meaning a difference in an adult human female. Well, I don't know, because I don't know what an adult is. Society is divided on that. So, I don't know. That's my answer.
If the question is about trans women,
I'm just asking, is there...
I don't know why she brought up trans women. That tells to me that she also has some kind of an agenda. Yeah. By the way, the same thing. I don't want to put all of this on the right. No, the left and the right lost their ability to have a conversation. Both of them. I'm not saying the right is right and the left is wrong, and or the other way around. Both do not have the capability of having a conversation
There's a difference
anymore.
between women and men.
what I can say is that the NCAA has rules in place. They've had rules in place for the last decade, and when this competition
Okay, I'm
happened,
going to try
the
again.
rules were clear.
Do you believe there's a difference
Okay, again, rules,
between
her
women and
agenda.
men? It's a yes/no question. Do you believe there's a difference?
Oh, I think that we're talking about this case with the NCAA.
No, I'm asking a question. Do you believe there's a difference between women and men? Most people could answer this very simply. I'm curious if you're willing to do so.
Oh, absolutely. I'm just putting it into the context of the
Is that a yes?
conversation that we're having. I think that there are definitions related to
Is-
sex.
Okay, now she says, I believe there are definitions related to sex. Now, after leaving her agenda, now she is willing to have a conversation. Perfect. Okay. But
I-
Ted,
so that
That a
I
yes-
also think
so I'm
that
trying to
we're-
get a yes or no. I'm not trying to get a speech.
I'm-
Is there a difference between women and men?
I think that there are definitions for biological
Okay,
sex.
so you're
okay. There are definitions for biological sex. She wants to make a point, all right? Make a point. Yeah, sex. There are definitely in sex, but what a woman is, well, I don't know. For her own reasons, I don't know what are her reasons, right? My reason is because the definition has the word adult in it, and adult is quite frankly not something that is so easy to specify. That's my reasoning of why a woman is not so easy to specify. Now, she has possibly her own agenda, and her reasoning why a woman she can specify a woman are possibly different. But, well, she started defining the variables in the definition. Ted Cruz didn't. He is focused only on the result of the equation. She is having a conversation on variables. He is not. So that woman, yes, she has her agenda, but she is more willing to have a conversation, right? She uses divide and conquer on the result of the equation. He doesn't. Well, that's it for me. Have a good one, guys. Cheers.